Hey, Darren Spain here with a new video on business strategy, marketing strategy uh, and review for 2016. So it's marketing strategy review for 2016. And I want to get into something that's important to me. And it's been heavy on my heart the last couple of weeks. I haven't even done any videos. And normally I'm doing a video a day, but I haven't done any. And the reason why is because I've just been thinking about all of the things that have been happening with some of the offers, even the offers that I've been presenting to you, and some of them failing or having some problems with paying out and that type of thing. And I want to make sure that I'm clear on the way that I decide to get involved in a business, and the way that I decide to offer an opportunity to you, especially with some of the new types of opportunities that are out there. And I'm specifically talking about the high IP or hype programs and the rev share programs. And the reason why this video is coming out is because I'm doing some mentoring with a guy named Ty Lopez, and a very good mentor. He makes a lot of money, and he knows what he's talking about. He reads a book a day. I mean, very educated guy, the kind of guy that I like being mentored from, because he has that education behind him, and he just knows a lot about a lot of things. Studied a lot of different people, and he's able to talk to you about that. Talk to you about what he's learned, and express it in a way that I can understand it anyway. So it got me to thinking, and one of the things that he talks about, and I'm going through a program with his called the 67 Steps, and one of the steps is adapting to your environment. Now, I'm talking about your business environment. You got to learn to adapt in any situation: love, health, wealth. It doesn't matter. You have to learn to adapt. Otherwise, you're going to be lost. If you're stuck in your thing, the thing that you believe, and you're only stuck in that thing, then it's going to be very difficult for you to succeed in anything, let alone business. You have to learn to adapt to what's happening in the environment, especially in the business environment, which is what I'm talking about here. So, after going through this particular part of the module, I decided to do a video and talk about this high IP and rev shares. And I don't get involved in the hype or the high IP course programs out there for business, because they just, they don't fit my business model. But the rev shares I do, because they kind of do fit my rev share. And I'm going to talk to you about both of them. Now, the high IP, I'm not going to talk about as much. That's a program where I believe it's, first money in, first money out. Some people call that a Ponzi scheme. I don't call it. I don't call this particular, these particular two, hype and rev share, Ponzi schemes, because Ponzi usually means you don't know. The investor doesn't know that he's involved in a Ponzi scheme. An investor usually is getting involved in a pure investment that he believes is an investment. Um, He's not really sure where the money's coming from, this investor, but he believes it's an investment. The company's going out investing the money that he puts in, and then getting a return, and then giving you a portion of that return from their investments, their real investments. That's what an investor in a Ponzi scheme believes. But the problem is, it really is based on the investor putting money in, and the only thing that the investment company is doing is getting more people to put more money in, so that they can pay the first people that put money in. That's a Ponzi scheme, okay? And the scheme part of it is where the investor doesn't realize that's what's happening. All right, because a true investor would say, "Wait a minute, do I really want to get involved in that? It's been around for 5 years now, and how many more people are going to come into this program, and where are they going to get the money from?" Those are the questions that will start coming up. So I believe, the high IP programs with these, 5 and 10% a day, saying that's what you're going to make. You got to be very careful with that. Now, if you're a gambler and you do it and you catch it at the right time, and that's the way you want that's the business model you want to do, that's fine. As long as you understand that that's what's happening in the program. And the program usually tells you If you read everything in the program, first of all, nothing's guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to make the money or get the money. So that's right out there in the front of everything. And if you really look at study it, you'll see that it's all about there's no product. The money's just coming in, you know, from other people bringing the money in. And once the people stop coming in, then the money stops. You stop making money. That's the high IP. Rev shares, a lot of the rev shares try to build themselves on, or they're supposed to be built on advertising, advertising company, selling advertising. You're participating in the revenues, the profit of that company. Um, the problem with some rev shares is they're building it really off a hype or a high IP model where only the members will make money off of new members that come in who buy advertising. Okay, there's a product involved, there's advertising, but new members make money off of old members make money off the new members that come in. There's no outside money being made by some of these rev shares, and they're boasting these 5%, 3% a day type of thing, and they're guaranteeing 3%, 2% a day. Well, they don't guarantee it. They say they make sure that they tell you that nothing is guaranteed, but they're telling you they're getting a basis of 2%. You're making 2% every day, and they show that in your back office that you're making 2%. Okay, so you see your account growing with this 2%, but where are they getting the 2% from? Per day. If new people aren't coming in to sustain your 2% a day, then where are they getting the money? There's no outside source, but every day they're still giving you 2%. So that the rev shares that do that, that's where you're going to have a problem. Okay, again, it all depends on your timing. You get in first, and a lot of people come in after you, you probably make a lot of money. Okay, but if you come in last and nobody's coming in after you, and they're still telling you you're getting 2%, and your account looks like you got $100,000 in your account, but you're not getting paid, then it becomes a problem. Okay, and we've seen that happen in some of these programs. Okay, the other thing is that there's rev share companies that have been around a while, okay, and they understand the model that they need in order to keep the company going, and that is to have outside funds, to have advertising coming from people who are not participating in the revenue sharing but want to get their message out to the hundreds of thousands of people that are involved in this in the advertising company. Okay, they want to get their message out, and it works. Ford Ad Pays. It brings to mind Traffic Monsoon. Some of the bigger companies out there who got Traffic Monsoon's case, they got millions of people. In Ford Ad Pays case, they got hundreds of thousands of people who are looking at these ads every day. So, to buy an advertising, which is pretty cheap, to buy an advertising, and even if you're not participating in the revenue sharing, you're still getting your ad, your offer in front of hundreds of thousands of people. It makes sense. The good thing about these types of companies that they have outside advertising or outside revenue coming in from people that just want to get their advertising out in front of all of those thousands of people. Now it becomes a legitimate business model because all it is an advertising company. There's a whole bunch of memberships, members as part of the membership of these companies, and you as an advertiser that has you have your widget or your offer, and you want to get it in front of those people. You buy advertising. You're not participating in the revenue sharing. You're just buying advertising to get your thing in front of people. That's a more of a legitimate model. And as long as you um, take that company, the company that you're getting involved with, and you investigate it, and this takes me to the next point. There's two types of business um, people. There's the gambler, and there's the investor. The gambler's gonna, a gambler's gonna probably take money that he doesn't have, money that he can't really uh, do without, and put it into a company that he really hasn't even really looked at very well, okay, to investigate it very well to make sure that the company is sound, and he's taking a chance on the timing of a company in order to make money. And you can make money as a gambler if you do your stuff right. I shouldn't say a gambler doesn't investigate and really look at his his opportunity well, because a lot of gamblers do that, but they understand that it's a risk. It's a more high risk um, type of investment that a gambler will make. But an investor, you think of real estate investors, you think of, gold and stock market investors. The real good ones look at their opportunity. They make sure that the cards are stacked in their favor. Okay, they look at everything. Who's the management? Where's the money coming from? All of that stuff. That's what an investor is going to do. And an investor, you can make a lot of money as an investor also. Now there's risk in both of these. There's risk in both of them, but the investor really, looks at the situation with a fine, with a magnifying glass, and really, a good investor will do that, okay, and make sure that again the cards are stacked in their favor. So, like I said, both ways you make money. You can make money in both ways. One is a little bit riskier. The investor is not as risky as a gambler. And the reason why I say all of that is that I want to make sure that people that you're getting involved with me because you saw me promote a certain offer. I want to make sure that that offer is a legitimate offer, an offer where you have the best chance of being successful by following um, my suggestions, okay, or just following me. I want to make sure that you have the best foot forward. And over the last few weeks, there's been some companies that even I have promoted that after really looking at them, we found out that maybe they didn't have the business acumen to really be for me to be putting people into it. So I wanted to come to you and say, hey, listen, we go into this thing with our eyes wide open. Okay, we make our own business decisions. You made your own business decisions. I made my own business decision. But if you're going to be following me, I want to make sure that the businesses I suggest are sound enough for us to make a decision to get involved. And there's a couple of them out there. One of them is Sport Ad Pays. Traffic Monsoon is another one. Beyond Push is another one. Some of these other businesses out there, they're good. They're businesses that you should get involved in. You should feel good about it as long as you do your homework and you're not taking money that you need to be putting on the grocery, buying groceries for your family, not taking that money and using it for some of these businesses. You should never do that anyway. Um, excuse me, but that's what I wanted to do. You're involved with me. You've been following me. I want to make sure that we're going in the right direction. That's what this is all about. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is this whole notion between paid and free advertising. What's better, paid advertising first or free advertising and branding yourself first? What's better? And I'm going to say to you that it just depends on the method that you want to use because I've done my homework with this. I've spoken to a number of different people that are on both sides of this. And there's people that have become millionaires in free advertising only, branding themselves and becoming highly successful doing it that way. And then there's others that only use paid advertising, that strictly go by paid advertising, have become multimillionaires using just that method. Okay? And then there's people that have used them both. And I believe that the best way for us to get started in uh, marketing is to use a combination of both paid and free advertising. It's the quickest way. The quickest way is paid advertising, no doubt about it. Even one of the guys that is promotes free advertising and branding themselves. Um, you know, when I asked, I said, well, what's the quickest way to get money? How would I want, if I wanted to make money right away? What's the quickest way? He said, anytime I want to make money right away, real fast, I use paid methods. Okay, that's the way I make money. That's the way that I would advertise my promotion or promote my offer. I would use paid advertising to get money real fast. Okay, so we know that paid advertising is going to get you the money the fastest. Okay, get you, the profits, get you to profit the fastest as long as you know what you're doing. You do it correctly. Branding yourself takes a lot longer, but the quality of people that you get through branding is going to be a lot better because they know, like, and trust you. They've seen you. They know your face. They know, you're attracting the type of people that really like you when you're branding. So, what's the right way to do it? Well, it's just what's your temperament, and what's your financial situation. If you want to get into paid right away and you have the money to do it and you want to do some, you still have to do some learning on how to do it correctly, get into the paid. It's going to happen for you right away. You can start having profit with paid advertising. As soon as you turn on the paid advertising, you can have sales, later in that day. That's how fast it can work. With branding, it doesn't happen that fast. You got to do videos. You have to show people about the product. You have to, you know become the leader or the expert in that product. And that's when, people will start saying, you know what, you got to learn how to do your keywords also properly. So when somebody's typing in something that they're looking for and you're promoting it, they find you and they see you enough times. They say, this guy knows what he's talking about, or this gal knows what she's talking about. I'm going to join her. I like her. I like the way she presents herself, or I like him, like the way he presents himself. I'm going with him. That's the branding, but that can take weeks, if not months, to get going. Okay, so what's my strategy? My strategy is using both. Okay, I know paid advertising works as long as it's done properly, and I know branding works because that's what I do. I make a video a day on a certain topic. I make sure my keywords are right. People that are searching will find me. They'll see my face all over the place and they say, okay, Darren knows what he's talking about. I'm getting involved with him. That's the way branding works. What we need, or what I'd like to show you, is a strategy for using both. Okay, so this is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to end it here, but the next video will come up in a short while, and that video is going to be on how to use them both. Okay, and we're going to use them specifically with one of the products that we're promoting, or one of the businesses that we're promoting, and we're going to show you. I'm going to show you how to use that offer to brand yourself, and also how to use paid advertising um, to get it to really boost up, to boost the sales and make it work a lot faster. Okay, so that's something I think you might be interested in, and we're going to bring that to you in the next video. I hope you got something out of this. Stay tuned for the next video coming up. I'm Darren Spain. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.